Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance, and pivot levels, and the Fibonacci's. It is Thursday, the 10th of June. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 35,779 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 39,088. Going to need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 39,000 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 40,000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin test resistance at the 38.2% fib at 41,592 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 40,809. Before through the pivot, we'll bring the first major support level at 34,058 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 34,000 levels. Second major support level sits at 37,409. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, but no signs of a bearish cross. So keep an eye on that through the early part of the day. On the EMAs, 50 continues to close in on the 100 and the 200. So look out for a bullish cross through the day. So key through the morning, avoid the pivot at 35,779 and break back through to 39,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, also bearish this morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 2549 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 2691. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high. That was at 2628.16. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 27,000 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, we've got the 38.2% fib at 2740 and the second major resistance level at 2770 to cap any upside. Before through the pivot, we'll bring the first major support level at 2469 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid the second major support level, sitting at 2327. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day. So need to keep an eye out for a possible bearish cross. On the EMAs, the 50 has narrowed marginally on the 100 and the 200, so also need to monitor that through the morning. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 2549 and break out from yesterday's high of 2628.16 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, also bearish. Going to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 166 to break back through the 62% fib at 174 to then bring the first major resistance level at 180 into play. Going to see plenty of support for Litecoin to break out from this morning's high 174.41. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Litecoin target 200 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 187. Before through the pivot, we'll bring the first major support level at 159 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 150s. Second major support level sits at 145. On the MACDs, we've got a narrowing of the bullish histograms through the turn of the day, supporting this early pullback. On the EMAs, however, the 50 continues to close in on the 100 and the 200, so need to monitor that through the day. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 166, break back through the 62% fib at 174 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, also slightly bearish this morning. Going to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 0.8918 to take a run at the first major resistance levels at 0.9523. Going to need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 0.95 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.0 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.9826. Before through the pivot, we'll bring the first major support level 0.8615 and the 62% fib at 0.8573 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should still well clear of the second major support level at 0.8010. Looking at the MACDs, we have a widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, suggesting further upside ahead. On the EMAs, the 50 is also closing in on the 100 and the 200, supporting further upside, but it's still a bearish indicator. So Key through the early part of the day would be to avoid the pivot at 0.8918 and break through to 0.95 levels to then target 1.0 levels. Failure to do that, support levels will come into play.